everyone, today I've come on to show you how I make these little fabric swatches. I'm making them to go into my haberdashery journal. I thought, oh, they'll be great for that, won't they? So you can see I made these for a swap in one of the groups a while ago. It's just pieces of fabric. There's some rickrack on there, some lace and some buttons, and then I found some little labels that sort of went on the top there. So let's get some made. I'm going to make two. So you'll need fabric scraps that sort of match each other, and then bits of ribbon, rickrack, lace, anything you can find that sort of matches, you know, that matches your fabric. I've cut out a bit of lace from a pair of old shorts there. This lace came from the same shorts. This was a fabric sample and I love the colours on that. Aren't they beautiful? This is one of my favourite fabrics, this red heart fabric. I thought, well, that goes with it nicely. This is a lovely piece of wired ribbon that I was gifted, I think. And I thought, oh, if I layer those up like that, and then I can put my two pieces of ribbon, one right on the fold there, look, and one next to it so it doesn't sort of cover up the fabric entirely, and then I can sew some buttons or glue some buttons onto there as well. And then on this one I've got a piece of Cath Kidston fabric, and I've got this lace that I cut from the edge of a pair of old shorts. They weren't my shorts, by the way. I haven't worn shorts like that ever, I don't think. Then I've got a piece of cream ribbon like that. I've got, I've got this lace flower that I'm going to put on there like that as well. Then I've got pink ribbon to go on it, and a piece of rickrack. So all I need to do now is to make the little cards to put them on. So I've got, let's just pop those to one side a minute. To make the little cards, I've got loads of these. The trouble with me is I think, oh wow, that's great, I'll get 37 of those. I can't just buy 5 or a couple. No, not me. I've got to have 37. I've got a bag full of them, and I thought, oh, they'll be great. So I'm thinking this is like it's a square cut folder, medium weight. It says it's a nice weight card. Any card will do. Any card will do. So I'm going to just use one side of it. I don't need it all, because if I fold it over, let's see, I'm thinking I want it folded over maybe, well, that's a bit too much, isn't it? About this much. So get your piece of paper, get your piece of card, decide how much you want to fold it over. I'll measure and tell you how much I've folded it. So like I say, any piece of card will do. You can always ink it up, you know, use a bit of chalk or anything like that. So how are we? We're, yeah, 2 inches. I folded it over 2 inches, and I'm going to measure how long I want it to be. I want it to be about the same size as this one, really. So I want it to be 3 inches wide, and then I need it to be 4.5 inches long. So if I measure this down to 4.5 inches, because it's already folded, remember, I don't need to measure the folding. So 4.5 inches is there, and then the same up here, 4.5 inches. Get my ruler, line up the 2 marks and draw down there. And I want it 6 inches long. So to there, 6 and 3 I want, because I want it to be 3 and 3. And then I'll do the same down here. 3 there, 6 there. Join the lines up. it doesn't matter if it's not spot on. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's for a junk journal. But I just wanted to make some. I thought, oh, they'll be perfect in a haberdashery journal, won't they? So that's what I'm going to do. And then I just need to cut this bit here. And then cut up here. And then down here. And I've got my 2 little pieces ready and enough cardboard left to make another 8. Yeah, or at least 6. 6 or 8. Typical. Just have to make them bigger. And then I'm going to just cut the corners off here. So cut your corner off like this. Use that corner to give you the size for that corner. Hold on, it'd be better if I didn't have the back card in the way, wouldn't it? And then you'll know that you've got them both roughly the same size. Yep, that looks good. And then the same with this one. Snip your corner off. Use your little bit that you've cut off to measure the other side. And snip that off. Made this one a tiny bit smaller. There we are. And then you've got your basic thing, and all you need to do is layer and glue your fabric on. So let me just get my rubber. I've still got some little bits of pencil mark on here. I just want to take those off. I know it's a junk journal, but that's going a bit too far. I may even cut them off this side. It's only a tiny little slither, isn't it? That's it. Perfect. So yes, the next thing we do now, if you want to, you could, I'm sure I glued mine in, but you could staple them in. You could layer your fabrics like this, get them how you want them, make sure they're right, make sure they cover the whole back of the card. You know, I like to not have any bits of card showing like that. And then you can glue them or staple them or whatever however you're going to get them into place. Then I want that on there like that. I want it to sort of cover. I like layering things. I'm a bit daft like that. This one I want to go over the seam there like that to hide the seam, and also it gives me more room to lay them down without covering this fabric up. I suppose I could put that there, but no, I want it on here. So I want it like that, and then I'll glue them down, pop that down there, glue that on there. Yes, it really, I really do think it looks so effective. And then we find a little flower to go on here, a couple of little labels. So let's get these glued on then. Where has my glue gone? Here it is. So we want glue right across the back here. So let's glue those 2 pieces down like that. This is the art glitter glue that I'm rapidly running out of, and I'm going to cry when it's gone because it's been, I really do love this glue, but I do also love the Collal 3-in-1 glue. It's really good as well. So that's that, and then I need to cut this one straight across the top. It's not cut straight. There we go, and we'll just glue that on. like that. They're so easy to do, honestly. If you've got scraps of fabric and ribbon, lace, anything like that you can use up, just this is the perfect way to do it. If you know, if you're making a haberdashery journal, or even if you're not, it would look nice in any journal, I think. And another thing you can do is pop some paper on the back and turn it into a notepad. I've done that before. Done that a few times actually. I might do that with one of these as well, because I don't think either of those are notepads. And we'll pop that one right next to it, because I don't want to cover up, you know, any more of that red than I'm forced to. There we go. And then I want to glue the flower sort of down here. Yeah. Let's put some glue on the flower and hope that it glues down. Right, I want it more this way. It doesn't matter if it's hanging over the edge a bit. I'm not worried about that, because I need to put my buttons on here. So that's that bit done. I don't know whether to, does that come unglued? The trouble when you're doing fabric is it soaks into the fabric and it doesn't always glue down properly. It will do. So the next thing I'm going to do is put some buttons on this ribbon that match the colour. So I could maybe do a cream one and a red one, or a cream one and a green one, something like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue just on here, not the whole thing, just a little bit of it, because that will help to hold that down, and that just needs a bit more glue, I think. And it'll help to hold these in place as well. So we'll glue that down like that. Okay, so this is what we've got. And then I will go around the back and trim off these extra bits. But that's that. And then we need, let's trim those bits off now, shall we? So I'm going to trim that bit of, oh, maybe I won't. Yeah, I will. I'll trim that bit of flower off as well that's hanging over, I think. Just trim it off. And we'll trim across the bottom. And we get everything where it's meant to be. I may put a bit of glue on the back of that cream ribbon to hold it in place, I think. That's it. And then I can be trimming that flower any more than I already have done anyway, and then trim across the bottom there, and then trim up the back. Okay, how pretty is that though? This has come off now, look. I can't remember which side even, this side I think. Let's try it again. Trouble is sometimes the glue just soaks in, doesn't it? I need to get some Fabri-Tac, I think. I have actually got some Fabri-Tac. Maybe I shall, if it doesn't work this time, I'll use my Fabri-Tac. So let's pop that on there. And then I am going to put a bit of glue there because it's just not holding and it's getting on my nerves. I want it to hold down there, especially on that bit so you can't see that it's a rough edge. There we go. I might just pop a little dab at the bottom of there as well. There we are. Is that stuck on now? Well, we'll see. Right, so that's all I need to do is glue some buttons on there now and then put the tags on the top. So let's get the base of this one. Save these little bits, look. I save everything I do, and I mean, honestly, sometimes I marvel at what stupid little bits I save, but then I'll find a use for them and I think, well, it's a good job I saved it, really. Oh dear, I am a twit sometimes. Right. Right, no, we'll do the whole thing and then we'll do the whole thing of that. So get my button drawer out and find some buttons that match the colours on here. So I need like a creamy coloured button, don't I? Would that be any use? Well, that is a very similar colour to that, isn't it? We could put that on there. How many buttons have I got on that one? I've only got 2 buttons on there. Oh, that's pretty. That would match, wouldn't it? Oh, no, I'm not sure. Let's see if I can find one that's got a greeny colour. Oh. I need it to have a flat back, really. That other one would have been all right, but it didn't have a flat back. That one's too green. You see what I mean? Some of them are too dark. Some of them are too lime. And also, I'm going to need a red colour one, aren't I? For the is it red, the other one? No, this one is. Yeah, there is some red in there, isn't there? Red cream. Where's that rip-rack gone that I had for it? Oh, there's the rip-rack. Yeah, that's cream as well. Right, let's get some buttons out that'll match then. What about... Is that one any good? Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I'll use those. So I'll put that one on the green one and that one on the white one, just like that. And then I just need to find the... That hasn't glued at the top there, has it? Oh, it is doing, I think. Just press it down a tad more. Yeah, it's doing. Right, so that's what I'm going to do, is glue that one there and that one there. And then I'll need like a creamy coloured one and a red one for there, or maybe a blue one. Let's see what we've got. I seem to have plenty of creamy coloured ones, but... Oh, that's a pretty one. It's more of a yellow, but I think it'll be alright. And then I've got a red flower one as well. That's pretty. I could find a blue flower one. I could find that blue one, but it's not a flower. Maybe I could use those 3. Don't all have to be flowers, do they? I could put that one in the middle of the 2 flowers. Yes, I think that'll work for those. Good. Right, so... Let's glue these buttons down then. That one can just pop to the side for a minute. Okay, so that's that, and then I need to find some little labels to go on here. Let me see what I've got. It's just finding ones that say the right thing on them, isn't it? So you can see on here, I've got a fairly big one that says wholesale and retail. And this one is just a number, and then we've got a little flower. So I can do something similar. I just need to find two labels that have a similar sort of thing, you know, on them. So I've got one here that's a date. It says February the 21st, 1900. I think that would go on there okay. And then we need one that says something like haberdashery or something like that on it, don't we? I'm sure we're not going to find one that says haberdashery on it, but anyway, something that's vaguely related to fabric we want. I wonder if that would do. It's not really related to fabric, but it just had a load of numbers and things on it. Let's see what else I can find. Let's have a look in here. What does that one say? US mint nickel. No, that's no good, is it? Order number 216. Oh, I think that would go all right, wouldn't it? Put order number 216 on there. And then that date underneath it, and then we'll put a little flower or a butterfly just there. So we need the same for the other one, something similar for the other one. So let's find that out while we're at it. It's always surprising what you can find. That says alcohol on it. We don't want alcohol, do we? The Bell Clothing House. Oh, that would go well, wouldn't it? The Bell Clothing House. Suits, overcoats and trousers. Yeah, that'll go with that one. And then I just need a number to go across the bottom. See if I can find a number in the other one. I've sorted all my little labels and things out into size. I've got small, medium, large and extra large. Because as I say, I save everything. I really do. I've got so many little tiny labels. Some of them are so tiny you can hardly read what's on them, but I still saved them. What does that say? Blood and liver pills. I could do with some of them myself. Right, what else have we got? We really just want a number or something, really, don't we? Or celebration, that one says. That's no good. A date would be good, maybe. Got a date for the other one. Merry Christmas, that one says. That one's well out of it. Journal, Sunday. 29th of February 18. That'll do for that one, won't it? Yeah, and then I just need to find a little something to go on the corner. So let's see what we can find for that. Here's my little flower envelope. Okay, so we want little flowers, don't we? Not great huge ones. These are pretty, but they're too big. I'm thinking that one on there I'm going to cut it around here to cut. I'm going to cut the leaves off it, and we'll just have that. So we've got that there, and then this at the bottom. Right, so there for that. Okay, so all we've got to do to finish this one is put the flower there. This will need gluing. There we go, so that's that one finished, unless of course you wanted to put a little notepad on the back. Let's put a little notepad on the back of that one. So I've got some paper. I need it to be just under 3 inches wide, don't I, to fit on the back of there. Let's see, let's fold it in half. I'm pretty sure if I fold it, so what I've done, this is, let's measure it for you. It is 2.7 inches wide. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to staple the top of it. Oh, it's not stapling very well. That one has, but these two haven't. We'll redo those ones, I think. Much better. That's it. So my idea is that I can staple it and then I can just glue the whole thing onto there like that. Trim it down to where I want it, and then I can put some washi tape across the top of there. That's what I'm planning to do. So let's put some glue on here. Glue it down. I mean, this is entirely optional. You don't have to do this at all. Because you can just journal on the back of it already. And then I'm going to trim it across the bottom so that it doesn't show. And then I'm going to get some washi tape to cover that up. I'm going to use this one because I have used this in other places in the journal. So I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to glue it. There we are. I don't trust washi tape, always glue it. So, and then we can glue that onto there. There we go, finished. Got a lovely something to look at. It's got texture, it's got interest with the little things and that, and then on the back it's got a secret little notepad. Yeah, love that, love it. So that's that one. Let's quickly put this one together. We need glue across the back here. And we can layer our, I wanted it that way around because it was showing more floral on there. We've got the floral. I really want a lace underneath there. I'm good putting it like that, is it? I want it underneath really. I may put it on the back. Yeah, I think I'm going to put the lace on the back. So I've got that on there. Then we want the ribbon on. Ribbon will go here. Like that. Then I've got this pink ribbon. That's better. And then I want that to go just on the edge of here. And then the rickrack can go right next to it. You lay yours out, you know, however you like it. You may prefer to put it on the edge of your card, or you may prefer not to put any ribbon and that on. You don't have to. You could just put little pieces of fabric on there. So that's that. And then I'm going to glue that down. I'm going to cut around the edge. That's it. And then make sure we've got this cut up the side there. Oh, I don't want to cut any of that off, do I? I'll just cut it from this side. There we go. There. And then I wanted the 3 buttons, so I'm going to stick them. We'll have the yellow one at the top. And the blue one. Then the red one. The yellow one stuck to my finger, but the red one stuck to my finger, but not to the ribbon. Isn't that typical? There we go. And then I need to get these on the top here. Yeah, that says the Bell Clothing House, $40,000 stock, suits, overcoats and trousers. Yeah, I think that'll work well, won't it? Fancy finding that when you're looking for something to do with haberdashery. That was a good find. So I have that just up there like that. Then we'll have this tiny little date at the bottom. I mean, you do yours however you want. Like I say, maybe you could do some stamping on it. I have bought some stamps to use with this journal, so I did ought to really start using them. I haven't used any so far. But then I haven't started actually in earnest decorating the journal. So when I do, I'm sure I will use the stamps. I've got some stitch stamps that look like stitching, and yeah, all sorts I've got. I bought them especially, but I'm sure they will come in, you know, I mean, faux stitching, it will come in handy anytime, I think. Yeah. There we go. So that's that one completed. You can journal under here. There's room to journal under there, and there's room to journal on the back. Yeah, or as you saw with the last one, you can put a notepad on the back. So yeah, that is how to make little fabric swatches to pop in the pockets of your journal. Something a little different. I hope you enjoyed that and got some inspiration from it. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.